Good afternoon, committee members and other parties of interest. The evaluation committee meeting for request for qualifications 24-24938 Master Town Planning Consulting Services for the Development Services Department will be held by means of communications media technology. Active participation will be for committee members only. Provisions have been made for members of the public desiring to have access to view the meeting. Public attendees must remain on mute and cameras off. For the record, this meeting is being recorded, and the recording will be available after the meeting has ended. Please be advised that the cone of silence is still in effect and shall end the earlier of 5 business days after the county posts its notice of intent to award the contracts associated with the solicitation, or on the date the procurement solicitation is canceled by the county. All questions, comments, and concerns must be directed to my attention and my attention only. My name is Dawn Danina, and I am the senior buyer for this project. Again, for the record, this meeting is being recorded and has been publicly noted. At this time, I will ask each committee member to introduce themselves for the record, beginning with the committee chairperson, Jose Fernandez.
Good afternoon. My name is Jose Fernandez, Development Services Department.
My name is Rebecca Hessinger. I'm with Community and Infrastructure Planning.
Richard Perez, Development Services. Rael Monsanto, Development Services.
My name is Christy Alessino, I'm Procurement Operations Coordinator.
Thank you. The committee will now evaluate, discuss, and score by consensus the 6 responses. Each response will be evaluated based on the information provided in the response, as it correlates to the requirements and evaluation criteria set forth in the solicitation. The responses will be scored based on the following criteria.
Your mic is muted.
It has to be that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Did Janet just pop you up? Janet, can you confirm that you're able to hear? She left. Are others able to hear? Janet wouldn't have left if she couldn't hear. If one of the other attendees could unmute and let us know, yes. Laura,
Yes, the chat is turned off, but I can hear you all just fine.
perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. So the committee will now evaluate, discuss, and score by consensus the 6 responses. Each response will be evaluated based on the information provided in the response, as it correlates to the requirements and evaluation criteria set forth in the solicitation. The responses will be scored based on the following criteria. Criteria 1, qualifications. Proposer's organization and staff qualifications. Knowledge, education, training, expertise, and skills, 40 points. Criteria 2, experience. Proposer's organization and staff experience. Documented, successful, and relevant, 40 points. Criteria 3, technical approach. Proposer's understanding of the scope and objectives, technical approach, innovation, creativity, and project management, 20 points. And criteria 4, DM, DWBE, SBE bonus points, 5 points. Scores were provided by the Economic Development Reviewer and will be announced after the committee consensus scores for criteria 1 through 3 are reported. The Evaluation Committee Chairperson, Jose, will lead the discussion for evaluation and scoring. After each category is discussed, please state the final consensus scoring agreed upon so that I may record it in the scoring spreadsheet. After the conclusion of the scoring, I will verify the scores with the committee and provide the final scoring. With that, Jose, I will turn it over to you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you to the procurement team for all the work that they've done so far in assisting us on helping us with this request for qualifications. And that's the next point that I want to clarify. This is a request for qualifications. We will be scoring the firms. That doesn't bear anything in terms of how jobs are going to be assigned. When a work order gets issued, it's going to be sent to all the qualified firms. And at that point, they will be able to compete and bring the detail for that specific assignment. So the numbers that we may get today basically are going to reflect how strong the proposal was for as it was submitted for our evaluation. That's the third thing that I want to is to appreciate every other firms that put together so much work for us to understand their qualifications and the projects that they have developed. All of them did a wonderful job organizing the information and making the committee members an easy task to compare and understand from where they're coming from. So we got 6 firms that have submitted, Ayers and Associates, Kimley Horn and Associates, Stantec Consulting Services, Ecosistema Urbano, Tool Design Group, and Inspiring Placemaker Collective. What we're going to do is we're going to proceed and we're going to do a brief introduction from each of these firms. I will do that brief introduction, and then we're going to pass it around to the different committee members to see if they have additional comments or things that they would like to highlight of each proposal. And at the end, we will be scoring. We will do consensus scoring for each of the firms. Any questions so far?
No. To clarify, the scoring intent is to help us to identify if we do not intend to qualify all submittals. That will give
Correct.
you a bar to work from in order to determine if you're going to qualify only so many of the submissions. So that is the intent of the score at this point. And then after that, those that are awarded the score is no longer of any value in the contracted firms.
Correct. Great clarification, Christy. So without more time, let's start evaluating the first. The first one will be Ayers Associates. This firm has, according to their applications, about 65 years in business and about 400 employees, 12 offices in 7 states. And they have been doing planning for a while. The Tampa office says that they are focusing more on placemaking, resiliency planning, and strengthening public engagement as they offer services. They presented about 15 staff members. If we look at the average of years of experience, we are talking about close to 17 years of experience in average for all the staff members. And they have been with the firms about 5 years in average. We have found that this firm has a great amount of staff with proper certifications, 4 ACPs, 2 PEs, 3 projector landscape architects. And one of the things that I want to highlight, and they have somebody with economic development experience, which can become handy when we're doing design proposals, because all pictures look good, but if you can implement them, that's a big headache. So the fact that we have that reality check is very important. So with that, I'm going to let the rest of committee members to highlight anything else regarding to this firm.
They have 5 employees that are local. I always find that a project goes much smoother if someone is local, they know the local issues. And this company seems to have a lot of experience working in Hillsborough County.
Richard?
They noted they have a wide variety of experience in within these scopes of services. Yeah, I also noted that they have experience not only in the county, but also in the state. Also, they've been, most of the staff have been working, or at least the offices have been working in Florida since 1986, which is a fair amount of years with working, with regions of our state. Well,
Another point to highlight is that they have two firms that are minority firms that are working as sub-consultant. One is Brana Consulting, that is pretty well known in terms of public meeting facilitation. And also they have a group called Conscious Community Connectors LLC. It is my understanding that firm has pretty good reputation on reaching out diverse groups and make them part of the planning process. So that's another point that we want to highlight on their application.
I'm working with that group now.
You're working with that group?
They're doing an excellent job.
There you go. So they team up with that group. They presented a variety of project types, which is also important here. They presented a CRA master plan for the city of Crescent City. They work on a corridor plan, South Florida Avenue master plan. There is a downtown master plan for Wildwood. I think those were the main projects that they presented. They also have worked with the partner agency, the Hillsborough City and County Planning Commission. And they are a consultant of record for that too. So with that being said, if we don't have anything else to add, you want to add?
yeah, I want to add also that they have a good public engagement techniques. They laid out different type of approaches that they use, which is good because that will help depending on each case, each project. They can have different options to use. Very defined plan strategy. But yes, I think it's I noted that.
Perfect. So with that said, you want to add something
I
else?
just wanted to add that I reached out to the references listed in their submittal. There were 4, City of Lakeland, City of Wildwood, City of St. Cloud, and Plant Hillsborough, and they all responded and they were very positive with their feedback.
Perfect. So if we all agree, we can start, assigning the points for the different areas. So we're going to start with the qualifications. It would be, in my case, 38. We're going to do consensus scoring. So we will do an average, more or less. Yeah. 40.
36.
36.
39.
39. So 38.
Right.
38. For experience, I have 32.
I have 38.
39.
38.
So it will be 37, more or less. 7.
We're not mathematicians.
Yeah, we're planners. Yeah. Technical approach, I have 15.
I have 17 only because it was kind of light on innovation and creativity.
Yes.
That's 17.
19.
19.
I got 17.
So 17. So I'm going to read it again. We got 38 for qualifications, 37 for experience, and 17 for technical approach.
And Aaron's Associates Inc. submitted for the DMDWBESBE bonus points, and the Economic Development Reviewer has also calculated 5 points. So their total score is 97.
97. With that being said, we can move to the next group, which is Horn. So Kimley Horn is a well-known firm in Hillsborough County. They have done a lot of work with us. They were established in 1967, 130 offices in the country, 22 offices in Florida, and over 30 years of experience in the area. They presented about 11 projects, profiles, a lot of them more towards the transportation area. That's what I felt. Looking at their staff, they submitted, they presented 11 staff members, and they have an impressive 23 years of experience in average, and they have been with the firm an average of 12 years, which is a solid group in relationship to other firms, and that's good to have. A group that is solid, that is attached to an organization, their values, and there for their clients. 100% of the staff members are certified between AACP planners. They have 4 CNUA, and also they have 3 projected architects. Well-qualified staff. And most of them are within the area of Tampa, Orlando, and St. Petersburg. I'm going to pass it to other committee members to see if they have any other points to add.
Well, I've currently worked with them and I've worked with them in multiple ways. They're very responsive. I like that they are also local. So all my personal experience has been very positive.
They demonstrated in their submittal a wide variety of projects that I think underscore the scope of services that we're considering here. I noted some of the projects that they've done in the county, Fowler Avenue Vision Plan, and a number of others.
Well, it's a large firm. It has, I believe, more than 20 offices in the state. Given that they are a large firm, they also have a vast number of different professionals from different areas, which is helpful. I noted that they have good experience with code writing, and I also appreciate the detailed quality control process that they have and they can bring to the projects.
And the other thing that I saw in their proposal is that they try to bring the latest tools to get community participation, engaging social media, using websites, and making sure that the citizens understand the concepts that are behind what is being proposed. And that's extremely important when we're trying to convey how an area is going to change in the future. So kudos in that part. Any other comments that we want to add?
I noted that they have staff that could speak multiple languages, and that's becoming more and more and more important as the county grows.
Very important too. Any other comments? So let's go ahead and start assigning the points to the different elements of the evaluation criteria. For qualifications, I have 40.
I have 39. That's only because I looked for staff, since they said they had an economist or someone that could do market study, but I didn't see that on any of the resumes. But 39 is still a great score.
Okay.
40.
40. So let's go with 40. And experience, I got 38.
40.
39.
So you said how many?
39.
39. So you said 39. 39. And technical approach, I have 18.
I have 20, and I really like to have an assigned QA/QC officer to each
Mhm.
project. I really like that.
I have 20 that very clearly spelled out their technical approach and appreciate it.
I got 17.
17, so let's say 19.
Criteria 1 for Kimley Horn Associates is 40. Criteria 2, consensus score of 39, and criteria 3, a consensus score of 19.
Correct.
And they did not submit for the DMDW SBE bonus points. They have a score of 98.
98. Perfect. So we have the next firm would be Stantec. Stantec is also another large firm that had a tradition to work with the county. Established in 1954, in service 2012. They have presented a total of 15 staff members, 66% with certification. They also have an economist on staff, which is a good point. 4 ACP, 1 CNUA, 1 PE, and 2 projected landscape architects. As Kimley Horn is the field that has the highest years of experience in average for all the staff members with 24. However, the tenure in the firm is shorter than others, which is 5 or 6 years. They have a variety of projects that have not only been planned, but we can see it when we walk around. The Midtown Tampa is already built. Everybody can go and see that. Water Street, that was Stantec. The North Downtown Master Plan. They also work on a new Port Richey redevelopment plan. Imagine Clearwater. Some of those things are being implemented as we speak. Franklin Street Vision Plan, Forever Brandington, and they have also worked with us in the Bethune Park Master Plan. And don't know if anybody else wants to add any other points to Stantec.
I was in a meeting with them on Bethune Park until 10 minutes till 1.
There you go.
Doing a great job.
Well, they have a lot of experience in the state as well as the areas. I like that they use non-traditional methods to reach the public, so that's good. So they are innovative in that aspect. They also have a very detailed project management plan that basically goes from the start of the project over through the project, and then when they deliver the products and they actually do the management of the project as well. I think they're the only ISO certified firm of the group, the only one that has the international standard qualification for QC. And yeah, I guess overall they have good staff qualification.
Yeah, I was impressed with the variety of projects that they included in their submittal. See a lot of Tampa projects as well, and they've just got a good variety of staff on hand with various levels of expertise that are important for this scope of services.
All right. Any other comments?
The schedule and budget question. It sounded more like they were answering a question for a construction project and not for a planning project. So that was the only thing I noticed that was kind of out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Anybody else notice that? It's like, we're going to keep you within budget for your construction project or something. And I'm like,
Usually these big firms, and I'm telling you because I have been there, they have a marketing department. They are the ones that put together the proposal. And eventually whoever is assigned needs to review it. Sometimes they have the time to go in detail, sometimes they don't have the time.
It's a lot of pages.
So that's what I was saying at the beginning, that I appreciate the work of every firm in putting together, because it's not an easy process. We are Hillsborough, but they are applying to other municipalities too. It's a lot of work, so. With that being said, are we ready to assign the points? So I have for Stantec on, staff qualification 39.
40,
36.
40, so 39. For experience, I have 39,
and 40,
39.
39. For technical approach, I have 18,
15,
18.
18.
18.
So with that, we got 39 for qualifications, 39 for experience, and 18 for technical approach.
And they also submitted for the DMDW, BESD bonus points, and the economic development reviewers calculated 5 points. So they're at 101.
Very good. So with that, we go to the next firm. And it's interesting because it's the first firm with Spanish name that applied. The name is Ecosistema Urbano. It's a urban ecosystems, basically, LLC. And they are led by two individuals called Belinda Tato and Luis Vallejo. Belinda is a professor at Harvard School of Design. And Mr. Vallejo, I think, is a professor also at Harvard and Columbia University School of Design. So, and this firm is new. I think they have been doing work as they have been established in 2017. I was able to look in some bits when they were established so that I can have an idea because the proposal wasn't clear on that. So I did my own research, and so this firm have been doing work all over the world, not only in Florida. They have a different perspective, not only on the type of projects that they address, but also in the way that they immerse the topic of sustainability on their projects. And that's very innovative. They have about 16 years of experience on the staff, on all the staff members that they presented. They presented 9 staff members in their roster, with an average experience 16 years, and working. What we weren't able to determine is how long they have been with the firm. But the two owners of the firm, that for sure they are together since they established 8 years. I can notice I didn't have any certifications at other firms that submitted, but I can tell you that they have vast experience on providing innovation in projects that I didn't see in other firms. Don't know if the fact that you are a professor in Harvard and Columbia is a substitute because they are teaching people are coming out, and for some reason they have been for that long there. If that's equivalent to bringing an ACP that you can take in an exam, I don't know. That would be to just at the end. What is important is the work product that you deliver, and whether or not those are built or not, or the policies have been accepted. So they list a reference West Palm Beach. If you have worked with the World Bank in the past, you should have some credentials. With the Municipality of Asunción and the Municipality of Encarnacion. They also work in Amman, among other projects. Don't know if anybody else want to add something. These are my notes.
So I would add that, they've only had 2 Florida customers.
Mhm.
And we know doing business in Florida is not like doing business anywhere else. They do have 1, person in Florida on their team in Hollywood.
Mhm.
And they say he's an expert on Florida code and regulations, so that is good.
Mhm.
I like that they are able to use best global practices.
Mhm.
It is becoming more and more important that we look at when we're doing master planning, especially of parks or town planning, that we look at outside comfort as it gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. So I thought that was a very unique approach, and I really like that. And I also like that they talked about social equity and that every one of their projects has 2 tracks, which is the technical and the social.
Mhm.
So I thought that I did note that some of what they wrote and some of it could be just a language thing, but they were writing like there was a project in front of them instead of this was just qualifications for
Correct.
projects that are coming down the pipe. So anyway. Notes.
Yeah, I've noted, that this is an interesting submittal here. Yeah. Having lived in Paraguay for 3 years when I was a Peace Corps volunteer, familiar with some of these cities that they referred to, in that country. They appear to have a heavy emphasis on, participatory planning and design. And maybe a little more, at least from the submittal, what I could gather from a little more limited, capacity for technical side of master planning, that we're familiar with here. And, didn't see any other county experience, in the States or in Florida. But certainly the participatory planning and design components, within that scope of services bucket that we're looking for, and certainly could be value to this scope that we're evaluating today.
Yeah, I noted that they have the approach that they use for the projects is to maintain a multi-year programming projects. So it's not only based on summer or just winter, but they make sure that the projects can accommodate users throughout the year. A lot of international experience. They also use different engagement tools to bring the public participation from different backgrounds. They say that they use consultants that are outsourced, and that was something that I confirmed when I reached out to the references, that they hire local firms and experts to bring that local flavor expertise to the project. So it's not something that just comes from the outside, but also that can be participatory with the local professionals. They have many international awards, which is, it's appreciated because you can see that the work that they do is something that is rewarded. And was mentioned, but I noticed the natural approach to the project. So they always bring the natural environment into the concept plans. And that's evident in the project that they shared with the West Palm Beach. I actually talked to the staff who work with them, who is now the director in Plant City, in city of Florida City in Homestead. And he said that he enjoyed working with them. They delivered what they were expecting, more than they expected, actually. He didn't see any, he said, yeah, everything can be improved, but I cannot say of anything at this point. They delivered what was expected. I also spoke with a professional in Asuncion, and he said that
in Paraguay, you were able to reach.
That they like how they work with them. They deliver. They actually work 2 projects with the same for Asuncion. And the only thing that they mentioned, that the staff mentioned, was that they wish they could have a better training for the local officials or the local staff. But that he acknowledged that that was probably a on their part, that they understood that their staff was not maybe as technically prepared as the consultant, and that was that part the other day, he would, he understood it, that it was not maybe necessarily their fault, but it was something that they recognized when they compare how, backgrounds and how prepared they are. But yeah, good overall feedback.
I want to add that the communication techniques that they are amazing. If you see the graphic that they present in a proposal and how they communicate ideas, out of the chart. I think they focus on making sure that people understand those concepts in an easy way. And I also like their work philosophy. It seems that, they are, let's say that. So I believe that they have a solid proposal, and if anybody wanna add anything else, I think we should be ready to assign points.
Real quick before you do that, just to provide a little insight on here. When scoring, you want to keep in mind your scope does not provide guidance on preference to projects within Florida or local. So when you are giving scoring, you have to keep that in mind, that is not something that should be weighed in your scoring. Okay, unless you put it in as something that is a requirement or a preference, then you have the ability to incorporate that in your scoring.
Okay. If we don't have anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting your thoughts. For the qualification, have 38.
38.
35.
39.
39, so are we talking 38? It's 38. For experience, I have 38.
Yeah, 40.
35.
38.
So it's 39 or 38. I will leave it 38. For technical approach, I got 20.
20.
15. 19.
20. So I'm gonna recap again. Qualification 38, experience 38, technical approach 20.
And they did not submit for the DMDWBESB bonus points, so they have a total of 96.
Right. Next firm is Tool Design. Got about 21 years of experience, established in 2003, out of Maryland. Nowadays they have about 17 offices. They presented a total of staff members with an average year of experience of 14, and they have been in average in the firm about 4. They have certified planners, 4 certified planners, 2 PEs, projecting architects and architects. 50% of the staff have proper certifications. They have worked with the city of Atlanta and Spartanburg County on the Gateway Corridor Plan. And they have also working right now with the city of Tampa on the North 22nd Street cooling office strategy, which is an interesting project. With that being said, I'm going to pass it to the committee members for any additional comments.
So I was assigned to get the references for Tool. And I did understand for the city of Tampa, North 22nd Street, they were sub on that project. That the Prime was a nonprofit that the city of Tampa works with. Talked to Kayla Caselli directly, and she said work is good, that they would use them again. There's no change orders, there's no problems with budget. I did get a response from the Assistant County Administrator from Spartanburg County, South Carolina. He had all good things to say, including that he has used them in several different projects and would definitely use them again. So I did not get the third reference.
That they have exceptional qualifications. I think they definitely underscored their high level of technical capacity. They should had a also their transportation experience come through with their submittal.
I also noted that they have a number of publications based on their work and experience. So they also have, and those publications are used as handbooks or guidelines for agencies and other organizations. Also have, they also have received awards, experience also globally and also nationwide. Different backgrounds from their staff, which also brings different level of expertise to the table. And also a good quality control process, very detailed. They make sure that the process is organized and take into account every step of the project and the plan.
I also want to add that they've done their homework on Hillsborough County and Tampa because they notably put in there about pedestrian injuries and fatalities, problems with that. And they also recognized our need for Spanish language speakers in the community.
Yeah, I saw a note in part of it. It's interesting, all the proposals are taking that into consideration, which is good because Tampa is becoming more diverse every day, so. Any other notes or things that you want to share? Did they present 3 projects? Is that what they present? Only 3 projects, right? No, these are the 3 references. How many projects did they present?
So they have a number.
Oh, yeah, there's 7
They just
projects.
said the 3.
Okay. Okay.
And then for each of their, I guess, resumes, if you will, that they submitted, they also included a list of projects with it.
A lot of corridor plans and.
Yeah.
More in the transportation landscape kind of area.
Yeah.
That's their forte. All right, so with that being said, are we ready to sign the points? I got for the qualification 38.
40.
40.
So let's do 40. For experience, I have 38.
38.
38.
39.
38. And for technical approach, I have 17.
18.
20.
19.
That sounds like a 19 to me.
Criteria 1 for tool design, 40, criteria 2, 38, and criteria 3, 19. And they did not submit for the DMDWB SBE bonus points, so their total score is 97.
All right, and we have now the last firm to evaluate, which is Inspire Placemaking Collective. So Inspire Placemaking Collecting is the newest of all the firms that apply to this RFP. And as their proposal explain and the references, I was able to check all the reference. They were part of a firm called SMNE before, and that was the planning side of that firm. And I don't know if you remember what happened last year. So they decided to, I don't know what happened, but they decided to move and establish their own firm. And they have building up and creating an interesting and diverse team to offer services. They right now they have submitted a group of 22 staff members for this RFP. And the average years of experience that they have in collectively is 15 years. And I would say two years in average being in the firm because it's a new firm. AACPs for the redevelopment staff people, one projected landscape architect. And they also have a number of tools of communication, strong communication skills for what I see. They have a strong graphic design and design team. They have jumped into the innovation of doing project websites, integrating social media, 3D animations and infographics. They are also helping municipalities to do branding when they need to, and branding for projects, and strong process of quality control. Reference that were provided as forward Pinellas when they have helped with the county-wide design team program. I was able to talk to Jared Austin, and they have been very pleased with the work. They basically did the urban design program, providing assistance to other cities, such as the city of Clearwater. I believe that they did a CRA master plan for the North Greenwood area. One of the things that they like the most is the communication skills, all around in presentations, but also the graphics that they bring to convey ideas. They like their creativity. I also reach out to the city of Fort Pierce, and they did the downtown master plan, the CRA master plan. No issues with budget, schedule, or scope. Everything was delivered as expected. And they will continue working with them and hire them. And the last city that I contacted was the city of Kissimmee. Talked to Craig Holland. They have been working with them, again, the CRA master plan. They did a form-based code for that community too, that is in place. One of the things that they liked the most was the fact that they keep things accountable for everybody, keep staff accountable. Sometimes we lack and respond, and there is a time frame that things need to move forward, and they really like that. The fact that they were responsive and they understand the constraints and they adapt easily to all the situations. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it to the rest of the members. Provide any comments?
I don't know if you noticed or not, but when they talked about building websites for projects,
Yeah.
they acknowledged that the county has an engagement hub and that, you need to build the website that will go into the engagement hub. That's the
Correct.
way we like to do it. So they did their homework on that. And they noted that they have their project manager review every week the project budget and how many years, hours have been burned up. And I think that if somebody's doing that, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a great submittal, fairly highly qualified staff for credentials, including redevelopment, I noted. And I think that they were very precise in linking each of the various projects that they had worked on to the scope of services we're looking at.
Yeah, and also noted extensive experience in the state. They have good code. They also have code writing work and experience. They have received recent awards as well. They have good visual communications tools. One thing that I did notice is that on the amount of available time, I think that's how they call it, availability chart.
Mm-hmm.
They listed a different jurisdiction. That's probably that they typo, but they have a different.
That's the marketing team.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, but overall, it's a recently formed company.
But the staff have been working on the area for a long time. It's just that the firm is new.
Yeah, some of the projects that they lease come from the previous firms, but the staff have been working.
If this is relevant or not, but on their rate sheet, they had so many sections that just said NA.
NA,
Yeah, just, there was just no price, it just said NA, so I'm like,
well, pricing is not a bearing on this evaluation, but
But it is a not to exceed, and that is a requirement of the solicitation.
correct. So what, do you remember the page number?
I'll find it. Because they list people with those qualifications, so I'm like, really know how much they're billing them out as.
So it was supposed to be only one.
Oh, I see, okay. When they say NA is that they don't provide that, they don't have these, they don't have an engineer one, they don't have an engineer two.
So was this given to them and they had to fill in the blanks?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
So again, that pricing that is there is the maximum hourly rate that they can charge until year 3. So every time that a proposal gets submitted, and all the firms that have been advertised to provide a proposal need to do a cost proposal. It should not exceed that amount that they're claiming there, but that doesn't mean that they can go lower than the maximum number to be competitive. And you're gonna find firms in the high range and the low range. So at the end, at the proposal, the most technically sound proposal at the best cost is the one that is gonna get the job. So,
And so in this instance, the way that they submitted their pricing, when they submit a proposal, if we ask for a proposal under this, they would have to show their pricing, and they wouldn't be able to put in that we're charging X dollars for a position that they put NA for.
Okay.
So when they're developing their costs, it would have to be within the confines
within that
of
sheet,
what's on that
they
sheet.
can add anybody else.
Right.
So any other comments? Again, very impressed with, to be a new firm in the way that they are presenting themselves and how they have been able to work, and very impressed with the communication and that they have. The proposal was very clear.
Also, they have experience in different jurisdictions, small, cities,
Larger.
county, towns.
Correct. All right, with that being said, are we ready to assign the points for this company, Inspire Placemaking Collective? I got in qualification 38.
40,
37.
40.
So that would be a 38. Experience, I got 38.
38,
38.
38.
38.
38,
Technical approach, I have 18.
20,
20.
18.
So that's 19. 19 there.
For Inspire Placemaking Collective, we have criteria 1, 38, criteria 2, 38, and criteria 3, 19. They did not submit for the DM, DWBE, SBE bonus points, so their total score is 95.
All right, so with that being, so let's recap. We got Ayers and Associates 97. Oh, you will go over that? Okay.
Oh, enough, and also the scores. So for Ayers Associates Inc., the total consensus score is 97. For Kimley Warren Associates Inc., the total consensus score is 98. For Stantec Consulting Services Inc., the total consensus score is 101. For Ecosistema Urbano LLC, total consensus score is 96. For Tool Design Group LLC, total consensus score is 97. And for Inspire Placemaking Collective Inc., the total consensus score is 95. Is everyone in agreement with those?
Yes.
Yes.
So based on the consensus score, do you find all proposals qualified?
Yes.
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 Do you have a natural break in the scoring, or are you just going to award to all?
We're gonna work through all of that, and we just want to appreciate every firm for all the work that they did in submitting. And let me tell you, it made our work easier because they are extremely well qualified, and I think we will be honored to work with all of them.
Anybody have any questions or concerns? Oh, okay, so I will consider the meeting completed. We will get the recording of the meeting posted as soon as possible. I will complete the spreadsheet for the consensus scoring and print before you leave so I can obtain everyone's signature. And so please give me a few minutes to get that done, and I will now close the meeting. And thank you all for attending.
Thank you. It's a good group. Very good group. You have a little bit of everything.
You guys said 95.
But en el sistema
You know, so when you get some of these submittals that are hard to read, I just don't understand why they don't do their homework.
So much.
It's so much higher than everybody
Very
else.
clunky to read.
What a
You have to sit together, like, go look at what other people are.
People,
They're good.
yeah.
Well, that's what I said.
Hover
You know,
over the person's
that's the
stuff.
maximum. But you want to be competitive, you
They
need
submit a proposal, they don't really want to do the work.
Now you can.
Right.